Hello and welcome to Fish and Forage. My name is Zach and we are going over a quick tip to improve your salmon or steelhead fishing. So today we're going to show you how to make these. So this year I just caught a couple of fish that had some loose skeins. So I took advantage and instead of throwing them out, I turned them into these little bait balls with spawn sacks. So we're going to go over how I did that and how to rig it in this quick tutorial. First things first, let's go over all the stuff you'll need to do this. So first and foremost, we're going to put our gloves on here. These are just nitrile gloves. These eggs are dyed and cured with chemicals that I don't really want on my hands, so we're going to get our gloves on. Got our gloves on. Next up, we'll need a spawn sack. These come in rolls like this, or they come in pre-cut squares. Either will work. We're going to actually cut our own squares out of this one. Next we'll need a spoon, which helps us scoop the right amount of eggs out. And we have our loose eggs here too. So you can see those are all just loose. They're cured. I use ProCure liquid cure. These are orange. They actually turn out great. I think these look amazing. But it's up to you what color you want to use. They have all sorts of colors. And then our finished jar with our currently made spawn sacks in there. And then finally, we have our magic or miracle thread. So this is what we're going to use when we're done wrapping up everything. We're going to tie it together with this. And this is, you can find this at any tackle shop. You can find any of this at any tackle shop. And I just have my simple setup here. This is actually just the leader I was using last time I was out fishing, and we'll show you how to actually hook these spawn sacks onto the hook when we're done. So let's get started. I'm going to cut out a bunch of squares just to get ready. They don't have to be anything fancy. Got my scissors over here. Just gonna cut a bunch of pre-made little squares, and these are for some winter steelhead, so I actually kind of want them to be smaller than the size I would normally use for like coho. Let's just get a bunch cut here. And you don't necessarily need to do this if you have egg sacs that are tight skeins. You can just fish those without these spawn sacks. But these loose eggs, this is the great way to use those loose eggs. All right. So we got a pile of these here. We're going to set them off to the side. Now what we want to do is get one of them out. I kind of try to stretch it a little bit. Place it in the center of our plate here. Make sure that your wife is okay with you using these plates. Very important. Then we're going to use our spoon. See, there's these loose eggs. They're all just, there's no skein on there at all. So I'm going to take a very small spoonful, just almost a tablespoon, and put it right in the middle there. Now we're going to pull these edges up and kind of bunch it all together on top there. Get as much of that edge as you can. And then just wrap it a couple times. So we wrapped it up a couple times, and then what I do is I take that magic thread. I just lay a little bit in there with my thumb and pinch it. And then you just wrap it around the bottom. I usually do like 15 times. Once you do like 15, you can just pull it. It cuts right off. Now you have this little bait of eggs. You'll notice there's a lot of extra here. What we can do is take our scissors again and just cut that short. And there you have it. That's all there is to it. A perfect little steelhead size ball of bait. Boom. Got a lot of them going in there. So again, you just lay that down right in the middle there. Take our spoon, which we have in here. Take just, I kind of want to make some smaller ones, so I'm going to try to, just a couple, like a teaspoon or tablespoon amount of eggs here. Perfect, right in the middle. And then I usually take the opposite corners. Take the opposite corners and then take the last two corners, fold it all together like that, take the whole thing and then just wrap it till it's a little tight. And then I grab this little tag end, that thread, I just lay it underneath my thumb, like I pull my thumb out a little bit, lay it under there, pinch it again, wrap it up. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Pull it tight. is a nice little one. This will be good for steelhead. And cut that excess off. And there you have it. Another little perfect bait. Excellent. Oops, wrong jar. And that's all there is to it. So before I move on, I've got a lot more to make, but I want to show you how I rig it. So once you're on the river and ready to use these baits, all you need to do is take your hook. I use just a basic snell knot. Very simple. You don't even need egg loop because you're not going to use that extra, the extra line to hook into this or to wrap around it. All you need to do is take your hook and just slide it through a couple of those nettings, like a couple of the holes in the nettings, and then just hang it like that. So that's all there is to it. You can see it's really just barely hooked there, and this is surprisingly strong. This will last. And I haven't actually had one of these fall off. I used these for a whole day. It's solid already this season, and I never had a problem where the bait ball fell off, and I just barely hooked it just like that. So this is very easy to rig, very minimal as far as, you know, needing to touch the bait. So a lot of times you don't really want to touch these baits. And that's it. Just barely hook that on there, toss it in the water, and you're fishing. Anyway, guys, hope you learned a lot. Really happy with how these turned out. So I hope this is helpful to you. I hope that you could take this advice onto the river and catch some fish. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I will see you later.